Let's talk about the impact of the Big Beautiful Bill, too, because it's another thing that you've praised and your opponent has said is a negative thing for Virginia. One organization says this: it rips health care away from 350,000 Virginians, cost Virginia hospitals $26 billion, and closed 3 rural health care centers in the state. So what is the plan for Virginians who are worried about losing access, losing coverage when it comes to health care, which polls as one of the top issues?
Of course it does. Health care is very important. And so this is why I look at the politicians and what they're doing and how dare they try to instill fear in Virginians. For example, the hospitals that were closing, they were closing long before the bill passed. And that's because we were losing population in our rural areas. And, she latches onto this to say, well, this equals that. It doesn't. Her math doesn't compute. And here's the other thing. When it comes to the bill, all the bill is saying is you're going to make Medicaid go back to its original purpose. If you are able-bodied and you're receiving Medicaid, then you must either, according to the bill, have 80 hours of work or 80 hours of volunteer service or 80 hours of training that you're doing or some hybrid of all 3 of those. I know you work longer than 80 hours a month. I do. I know many people work longer than 80 hours. So why should you have Medicaid when you're able-bodied? This is the taxpayers who are paying for you. We're not trying to make you fail. And by the way, when I was a homeless shelter director, I know exactly that of which I speak because I was driving the women to their job appointments, to their jobs period, or wherever it was, because I wanted them to succeed, not fail. And if I just let them stay in the shelter and just while away their time, I'm not going to help you fail. And that's what finally is happening with the bill. They're not going to let people fail.
What's your plan